Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea. I'm just a lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. One of those opinions is that we need to stop making certain people famous on TikTok. Certain people should not have TikTok, especially this person.
Sticking out my yacht for the Rizzler.
Today we are talking about Adrielle Sigler, who is 33, lives in upstate New York with her 3 kids, and goes by the username VEGANRIZZ on TikTok. For some reason, Adrielle has over 800,000 followers on TikTok. And you might remember her from multiple different scandals, dramas, basically situations that she has created for herself and put herself in order to sadfish, trauma dump, manipulate, and basically just grift for more money, to make people feel bad for her. And of course, this is all my own opinion. This is all alleged, but let's get into it. Hey friends, before we get too far into this video, let's thank the sponsor of this video, which is Aura. Data brokers are out there selling your information to scammers, spammers, and basically anyone who wants to buy that information. Your full name, your email addresses, your phone numbers, your physical address, your health records, your relatives, and much, much more. And that's why I use today's sponsor, Aura, to protect me from those data brokers, to see where that information is being exposed on the interwebs, and to submit opt-out requests as well. Cleaning up my information online, or my digital footprint, so to speak, helps not only reduce the amount of scam and spam calls that I get and emails that I'll receive, but then also protects me from potential hackers or potential crazies that are trying to get me. I don't know if you saw this, but AT&T revealed that over 73 million customer records, both existing and former, were released on the dark web. They recommend those affected to use strong passwords, monitor activity, and consider credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. Well, Aura does all of this for me, and best of all, I don't have to download several different apps just because a company couldn't keep my data secure. If my information was compromised in that AT&T breach, I wouldn't have to worry, because Aura is always on doing that hard work to keep me safe. I value my privacy, and I value yours, and keeping me and you safe from scammers and spammers. You can go to aura.com/CCSUAREZ to start your 2-week free trial today, or go ahead and just click the link in my description box. Thank you again, Aura, for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys for supporting my sponsors and my channel so that I can continue to make truly unhinged and hilarious content like this. Now, there's a lot going on with Adrielle currently, but Adrielle is someone who has previously been in a situation where she will someone off in her neighborhood, in her city, wherever, at an establishment, at a business, walking down the street, literally anything. And then she will continue to, one, play the victim. She's the perpetual victim. And then she will also continue to make at least 30 to 40 videos about it on TikTok, and then change the version of her story a lot of times. And then from there also make something out of nothing. For instance, she was asked to stop filming in a small business, in a coffee shop. And then she proceeded to make, I'm not even joking, again, like 40 videos just that day about that situation, calling out the coffee shop owners, saying that she was being discriminated against because she's a well-known TikToker and because she's an attractive woman, and that that's discrimination. And then she was saying that like it's freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech, ma'am. They are the business owner. They have the right to like not serve anyone. So you don't know what you're talking about. So Adrielle has done this with literally every single situation that she has shared on the internet. She exploits these certain situations and exaggerates and then makes something out of nothing. She did this with the coffee shop situation. All they did was ask her to basically stop being a nuisance, to stop filming in there. And then she made a billion videos about it and then started making like conspiracies out of it and just like ridiculous claims and all that. There was also a situation where there's so many situations. Then there was a situation where she was doing like a haul video, but it wasn't really a haul video. It was a like shopping with me video in TJ Maxx. And the TJ Maxx employee was like, I don't want to be filmed. Like, please don't do that. And like, yes, if you're outside and like in public, then okay, there's no expectation of privacy. But then also like in a business, like if an employee is like, hey, don't film me. What are you doing? Like, you know. Anyway, so then she threw a fit and like complained multiple times because she really does think she's the main character and is completely delusional. And then from there also, there's been situations where, again, make something out of nothing. She claimed that she was being stalked by either like a state trooper, a deputy, whoever, a law enforcement officer, and was saying that like they were following her home. She would always see them in like the same area. And that one was just baffling to me because it's like, yeah, girl, on my way home, like if you have a routine and you're going to like the same area every day, you might see like the same people get home every day. Or maybe that cop like lives over there. Or maybe that's their like area that they patrol. Very crazy. There was an investigation with that and apparently nothing came of it. But of course, she took it one step further and was saying that she was being harassed and stalked and perpetual victim, always the main character in her world. And typically I wouldn't care. However, this lady's got kids and she's making like the craziest accusations and putting all of this on social media. And then in turn, in my opinion, scamming people. And of course, there does have to be some consumer responsibility there because it's like, okay, if you're going to be donating to someone's GoFundMe, if you're going to be giving money to this person on live streams, like you better look at what they're doing, right? There needs to be that awareness and that responsibility on the consumer side. So just so that you can get a good idea of how crazy these situations get and what she really turns them into, here's a great quick rundown of the coffee shop situation.
So this TikToker goes by the name VEGANRIZZ. And one day, the worst thing ever happens to her. She's in her favorite coffee shop, and she films there all the time. And the owners of that shop, these guys, they see this, and they approach her, and they tell her to stop filming. They don't want her filming there anymore. They don't want their business to be in the background of her TikToks. Now, she doesn't need to leave. She just can't film. And poor VEGANRIZZ, she does not take it well. So she leaves and she gets in her car and she immediately makes a TikTok.
You're not gonna believe what just happened.
Now, most people would probably let it go after that. Oh, but not VEGANRIZZ. She goes home and makes another one.
Today, they lost one customer and made an enemy out of me.
Then she makes another one and another one and another one.
And another one.
And in like a day, she made over 40 TikToks about this incident. She's calling out the shop by name. She's calling out the owners, showing their picture. And the coffee shop has a TikTok account and she's trying to stitch them.
Oh, I'd stitch them, but they either blocked me or deleted their TikTok profile.
Then she films herself trying to call them.
They're not available right now. We'll have to get back to you.
But she can't get through. Now, coffee shop, they make no official response at all. But VEGANRIZZ is still upset they asked her not to film. So what's she gonna do now?
I'm going to file a lawsuit.
So she calls an attorney.
I have a question about my legal standing.
But they don't answer and she's gotta leave a message. Now, what does she plan on suing the coffee shop over? Discrimination.
Since I am an attractive woman, it bothers you. And that's sexism.
And VEGANRIZZ is not playing around.
Because I'm a young, attractive female. Just because I'm a young, attractive female, it drives them crazy.
Here's the thing though. This isn't VEGANRIZZ's first rodeo. In fact, she's beefed with quite a few businesses in that area before.
After this experience, bad review, bad customer service. So girls who work at my local TJ Maxx don't like me.
In fact, she's allegedly had so much drama with local stores, people in her town see her out in public and they call her out on it.
I think it's red. There we go.
And this confrontation was shot months before the coffee shop beef, so this has been going on a while. Now eventually the discrimination attorney calls her back, but they have bad news. They want a $500 retainer fee, and VEGANRIZZ doesn't want to pay that, so she calls her mom to complain. Her mom tells her that since it's a discrimination case, she can contact the Human Rights Division in Buffalo.
And then when I contact them, I can meet with them without having to pay a retainer fee?
Now as of right now, there's no word on whether or not she got a hold of them or if this massive human rights case is actually going to take place, but she's still super upset and she's still making videos like green screening herself dancing in the coffee shop, and she still definitely believes she has a case.
People think they're above the Constitution.
And all this happened in Jamestown, New York, so shout out to New York.
Not only does Adrielle exaggerate, play the victim, think she's the main character, makes something out of nothing. Everything's a conspiracy. Everyone's out to get her. You would think that this woman has hired assassins that are after her, like rappelling from the ceiling, tracking her every move. I don't think it has ever occurred to this woman like, no, you're just annoying. And from what I've seen, no one in your neighborhood, community, city likes you. Seems like no one likes you, lady.
Sticking out my yacht for the Rizzler. So skinny, so fantastic. I want
Now, there's quite a bit of information about her on Reddit and people who knew her growing up as well. And let's just read some of those Reddit posts. This one says, she was worse in high school, if that says anything about her. And another person said, the nosy person in me needs to know how she could be worse than she is now. I remember watching her cringy videos on YouTube years ago. I think it's about time someone beats her up again with a can of bean dip. I need to know who beat her up with a can of bean dip because that is a weapon of choice, really. Also, not inciting hate, not inciting violence, anything like that. Don't touch the poop. This is not a petting zoo. Don't interact with this person. You also can't interact with her because her comments are turned off. And I personally think that that's obviously so that she can control the narrative of what she's saying, make it seem like she is still a victim and so that people can't like warn others and call her out. That's why I want to do this video. And I'll be talking about it on TikTok as well because she sucks. So another person said, everyone hates her. We all hate her, bro. She was just waving around at least $1,000 in cash on Instagram. I just found out that she is known on the internet. She used to be a teacher's aide in 5th grade, and she was pretty much just as disliked as she is now. She's pretty selfish and just wants attention in any way she can get it. Someone said, please don't tell me she has custody of her children. Adriel also, in my opinion, is lying constantly as well. And it's super easy to just poke holes in all of her stories and all of her exaggerations. In this account right here, I forgot the name of it, so Ethan's gonna put it right here. They have been posting on TikTok, like putting her contradictions like right after one another, and I love it. I even commented from my, I guess I would call it my burner account. It's not like my professional account. It's one of my usernames on TikTok is literally not Chelsea Suarez. It is in fact me. But here is a beautiful compilation that they made, part 1, 2, and 3 of her just straight up lying. And I love that.
My skin has always been dark my whole life. And when I am exposed to sunshine, I get even darker. I don't use any tanning products. I don't use any lotions. Day 3, using vegan bronzer. I'm using it earlier than usual today because I have stuff to do. It's 2 days before Christmas, so I need to get tanning out of the way early. It's just my genetics. Okay, come with me to the tanning salon. Let's go. I've had natural dark skin my whole life. I just want to let everyone know Hot Body's Tanning Salon is the most supportive, amazing tanning salon I've been going to since the year 2007. I go out of my way to avoid people. I don't go into social environments. I don't go to bars. This person just took a picture of me while I was at a bar.
There's an abandoned fucking speculator.
I was a bartender in Pennsylvania for 2 years. Empty. Even when I'm just as recluse as possible, I am so limited in my lifestyle. You know, I focus on my kids. I was about to make a video saying that I'm going live tonight, and if I play with my hair, that means that my co-host is cute. If I touch my nose, they're not.
Why do you treat me like garbage as soon as you come back from Pittsburgh? But the whole time you're there, you're very nice when I'm babysitting, helping you out.
Don't babysit anymore. My mom was like so abusive to me when I was a kid. She would like shove me in the corner of my room, and she would like force me to just be alone in my room when I would get sick. And she wouldn't let me get any medicine because she was like anti-medicine, and she wouldn't let me have antibiotics. She wouldn't let me go to a doctor. And every time I would get sick, she would like tell me I was being bad, and she's like a total narcissist. That is exactly what my mom used to do to me when I would get sick. Every time I would get sick, and my ex used to do the same thing. I'm never talking to him again. Fuck him.
I wish I had a boyfriend to do the grocery shopping for me the days I get sick. That's what my ex did. He would know everything I wanted to. He never failed. He always knew exactly what I needed. If I needed alkaline 9.1 pH water, he got it. No complaints. No confusion. I just need to find someone that's like my ex, except not my ex.
Now, if you weren't already disgusted by Adriel, here is just a little bit of like the worst of her, I think, in my opinion, including but not limited to her screaming at her mother/grandmother, her asking for people to pay her rent and saying it's only like $700 and something, and then also her saying that she hopes that a kid chokes or like goes into like cardiac arrest or something. Girl, I know. Just for the sole purpose of independent journalism, I don't want TikTok to be banned. But because of Adriel, I want TikTok to be banned. Like,
Okay! Do I go into your house? Do I have a key to your house? Do I check your mail? No! He's a full-blown moron. Like, I can't take it anymore. I can't wait for him to just crash his car and die. Like, I can't wait. Like, he just got a DWI and he's fighting it in court. And I actually wish that instead of a cop pulling him over, he would have flipped his car and had his head decapitated.
That kid keeps slamming his fork. He keeps choking. Like, I'm just waiting for him to go into a cardiac arrest and he shuts the fuck up, honestly.
Okay, guess what I got now?
Like, don't give him the Heimlich maneuver. He's
like a fucking cancer patient right now. Like, taking my antibiotic, my Tylenol, my ibuprofen.
I pay my rent for 3 months so I don't have to go back to work until winter is over. I'll take off the months of January and February and go back to work in March. My rent is $750 a month, so I would need $2,250.
$20. Every year after Christmas, I have a financial setback that really stresses me out. I think that it's incredible that I have made it this far as a single mom who escaped domestic violence 2 years ago without any family support. And I've noticed this happened last year. I get in a financial setback after the holidays. I also get very stressed out right before my rent is due. Today it's January 25th. And so obviously my rent is due very soon. And I am a bundle of nerves, so I'm sharing my Cash App. It will be so easy for me to proceed through my day knowing that I have support out there somewhere and people who care, because financial stress is the last thing I need right now. I worked really hard on a social media project that was earning me $1,000 extra per month, every month for the last 4 months. And this month I didn't reach my goal and I was out $1,000. It set me back. I don't have assistance. I don't even have like food stamps. Groceries for me and my kids is over $1,000 per month. It takes hours every day for me to make at least 10 to 20 videos and then transfer them across all of my social media platforms to get where I want to be on social media. So when I didn't reach my goal on this other project I was working on, and when I lost $1,000, it really messed with my head. It messed with my budget. And I would be so grateful for all of you who helped me out today. Remember to DM me whatever you need, and I will give you a shout out. My Cash App is asigler91.
Okay, so let's talk about the more recent situation and where we are now, okay? Adrielle is a piece of garbage, in my opinion. I feel like that's pretty well known. However, she has been putting up GoFundMe accounts for a while now. From what I know, she's done like 3 of them. So one of the GoFundMes, she was saying that like she put it up because she ran out of money after Christmas. And it's like, why are you not, you have 3 kids. Why are you not better with money? Like what's going on here? Stop doing digital panhandling. Please stop it. And then she has one up currently for people to pay for her kids' braces. Ma'am, like I understand that you probably don't have dental insurance. Like I get it. And I don't know if braces are covered by that because dental insurance is a scam, in my opinion. I have it, but it sucks. And you also have bought your kids like Jordans and iPads and like gold chains. Why are you buying your kid a gold chain? Why don't you buy your kid braces? Adrielle, like, what are you doing? And then now that brings us to current day, where she currently has a GoFundMe up for $30,000. Oh, yes, $30,000, so that her and her kids, her 3 kids, can move to another city, to like a safer area. Oh, no, you're right. It does not cost $30,000 to move to a different area. No, it doesn't. Not at all. Especially the fact that she's been saying that she's going to like get rid of a lot of stuff and just like buy all new stuff. And it's like, it doesn't cost $30,000 to move to a new area. That's not how that works. There has also been allegations that she is on, government assistance and all that. And yet she's bragging and flexing about her social media income. And it's like, girl, you can't get that government assistance if you make like above a certain amount of money. So like, what are you doing? I don't know. Maybe she's just like not claiming it, but like, let's be real. Do we think this girl pays taxes? Probably not. Now, the reason why they want to move is because Adrielle's version of the story is that her son was beat up by a gang, a very dangerous gang. They live in such a dangerous area. He was jumped by a gang and they're being stalked by a gang.
I don't think I've ever been gang stalked before. It's really creepy. I
am being gang stalked so hard that my neighbors and family who live on my street are actually scared. They're getting fed up because the same cars keep driving by like over and over again, and they're gang stalking me in multiple cars. And so like, I actually have neighbors ready to install surveillance cameras. That's how bad it is. And I have other neighbors who are like always looking at their surveillance cameras. That's how it is. And the family on my street are just like, so it's like a group of people, I don't know how large, but they're gang stalking me in like 6 or 7 different cars. So they're trying to catch me outside. How about that?
I don't know if Adriel knows, but a group of people is not a gang. It's more of a gaggle, if you will, but that doesn't mean that they're a gang. Children, her son's age, that jumped him, which of course that's not good. I don't condone that clearly. The way that Adriel phrases it is that they like weren't friends and they like tried to make up, and then he was like walking home with them and they all just jumped him and like tried to rob him. And it's because, you know, they have all these material items and like they're doing well and people are jealous of them. Well, conflicting reports have since come to light. And apparently, allegedly, I'm not going to get too much into it because he is a minor. Although you can just go to Adriel's page and she's putting it all over there. However, she's not really mentioning this one part. So allegedly, her son SA'd someone. I am saying it that way so we don't get demonetized. Not because I'm so woke. Calm down, boomer. So apparently that happened. And like at a sleepover or something, or like while a young girl was asleep or something, the boys who jumped him were the brothers and like friends, or like brothers and like boyfriends of the girls that allegedly were taken advantage of by Adriel's son. And then also apparently this fight was like planned, and he like consented to it, but of course he didn't most likely consent to like all of them jumping in on him and kicking him and all that. Another interesting thing is that Adriel has been showing clips of the fight. However, she has been editing the video of the fight and conveniently editing out the part where I guess her son threw the first punch, which still doesn't mean that all these people should, you know, it doesn't mean any of it's right. Everyone sucks in that situation. But then also editing out the part where one of the little girls, I say little, they're like 14, but one of the girls ran over and like kicked him and said, "That's what you get for touching me." So interesting that she cut that part out. So you might be thinking, Chelsea, why do we know all of this? Oh, well, I'm happy you asked. Because Adriel put all of this on social media, all of it. When she couldn't find her son, when he was late coming home from school, because he stayed after school, I guess, and then, you know, she couldn't find him. And then her finally calling him and him, you know, finally answering the phone and crying and being like, I'm not okay, like, come get me. Just got beat up, whatever. And her freaking out and screaming, go call 911. Him getting suspended, them at the hospital, his medical records. What? So Adriel's version of the story basically is that her son almost died. He was beaten within an inch of his life. He had like lacerations and abrasions all over his body, which like, I mean, there is a picture, sure, we can see that. But then she says that his like ear was hanging off and like, you would have thought that he was in the ICU. He was not. They went to the ER. He got kicked in the head. His teeth were chipped. That's about it. And yeah, sure, that's traumatic. That obviously hurts. I don't think that the kid's not in pain. I think he's most likely very embarrassed and he got his ass handed to him. And if what has been said is true, personally, you know, you effed around and found out. However, her going on social media and sharing all of this, don't you think that maybe they're being harassed and robbed and he's being bullied and all of this stuff could possibly be because this woman is on the internet constantly showing the outside of their house, showing the houses across the street, showing the street they live on, showing like what it looks like 2 blocks away from their house. She actually specifically posted that. I found their house and their address within, I'm not even joking, 2 minutes. There are ways to get that information scrubbed. Hey, how about like, let's be proactive? Like even before having to scrub that information off the internet, you just don't put that out there. I've said it before a million times. Obviously, don't be crazy. Don't be coming to people's houses, especially if you're not invited and you don't know them in real life. But more so than that, if you are an influencer, do not put your information out there. Don't show the houses across the street. Don't show the front of your house. Don't do that. If you are at a specific location, like a public place, don't post where you are when you are there. Wait until you leave. Like, it's literally not that hard. And if you are doing what she does, you are putting yourself in danger. If she didn't have kids, I wouldn't care. But she does have kids. She has 3 kids. And she's also putting them in danger. But then also invalidating the stories of alleged victims and lying and then taking money from people. So there's that. From her TikTok, that her views like weren't that great before this. So basically, she gets herself in some shit. She manufactures drama. She goes on and on and on and on. Argues about it, calls people, tries to sue people, does a few like comment reply videos, then starts like going off on random crazy conspiracies and allegations, like saying that the coffee shop couple that simply just asked her not to film in their coffee shop, saying that they were like somehow related to like the mafia and like the mob, and that like they were hiding things there, and basically that it was like a cover up or a racket, when it's like, girl, no, they find you annoying and they don't want you to film there. And then also with like the cop that was most likely just on patrol, then saying that he was stalking her and harassing her. So she'll do these and then just make it worse and worse and worse, trying to get more views and things like that. And then her views will take a dip and it'll all die down. And then she'll manufacture more drama and more craziness. Unfortunately, this involves her children and other people's children. So prior to this, her views, compared to her follower count, not that great, even for TikTok. But then you can see that, around the time that this happened, which was May 2nd, so earlier this month, then she was getting upwards of 300,000 views, 400,000 views, 1 million views. Like it was pretty crazy, and making multiple videos every day about it, of her crying, of them at the hospital, of them, showing his medical records. This video of her showing the fight has 3.7 million views, and then, just keeps going and going and going. And then finally her views start to die down a bit. So for instance, she has not hit over 100,000 views on a video in 28 videos, which, want to know something crazy? That's literally 2 days. That's probably not even 48 hours. Yeah. With the exception of a TikTok live battle promo video that she posted, where she is hopping up and down and saying that when she gets on top and she's gonna, first of all, I cannot stand how she like moves her hair back like they're curtains, and then like tucks it behind her ears, but she doesn't show her ears. Does she have ears? I don't think she has ears, but she's always like folding her hair back and like putting a few strands behind her ears. Listen, I hyperfixate on certain things about people, and I'm sorry about it. Listen, that's probably just the autism, but like, oh my God, stop. The way I feel about this girl's hair and just her in general is how I feel about James Charles's mouth. I don't like it, and I never want to see it again. So speaking of live stream promos, I'm sorry for what your eyes are about to witness.
So
when I get on top, I ride. I'm a homie hopper till I die. Till I die. Bring your best friend or 5. Cause I just wanna off and slide. When I get on TikTok, I'm live. Click the pink circle or die. Bring a co-host or 5. We can do best of 3 or 5. We just want to battle, then slide. I'm in the best of ranks. I'm live. Are you a single guy between ages 25 and 45? Am I your type? Would you date me? Are you not bald with long hair? Are you taller than 5'10", and do you weigh less than 200 pounds? Oh wait, what do they use? Do they use stone in the UK? You have to translate that for me. I don't know how many pounds 200 pounds or less is in stone. Are you vegan? Am I your type? Would you date me? Okay, then click the pink circle and get to know me because I'm live. My name's Adrielle. I live stream every night and I battle on TikTok live match. So it's Friday night. I can't wait to see all of you. I can't wait to see who is my type and who introduces himself. Okay, so this is TikTok live speed dating for me and only me because I'm not sharing. I'm monogamous, non-religious. I'd never get married. And I don't want to date someone who's divorced or anything like that because no, just single, not separated, divorced, no kids, blah.
Okay, thanks, bye.
So, yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but that's how she's been getting her money. And it's unfortunate. Imagine you're in high school or middle school and you do this. You've been doing this. Like your mom has been doing this. That's what I meant to say. Imagine you are in middle school or early high school years and your mother does this. Yeah. That's extremely embarrassing, and no wonder her kids get bullied and no one likes them, because if they're anything like her mother, their mother, dear God. So enjoy this now of just crazy things that she has said, and where it's like, girl, that's not that way. What are you doing? This conspiracy is ridiculous. So realistically, what she is doing, in my opinion, is her GoFundMe's not really working out for her, and she's not hitting that 30,000 goal that she set. She's around, I think, like 4,000 right now. She just keeps making sound crazier and crazier. Like, again, there are hired assassins out for this woman, apparently. Everyone here hates her. She's being stalked. There's one where there's like a flag waving and there's like a shadow or something, or like a tree or a branch, and she's like, there's someone there trying to get in the window. No, Adrielle, that never happened. She's insane, in my opinion. So I feel so bad for her kids. Like, I never want people's kids to be taken away, but holy shit. She said before that her son like had a head injury, that he almost died, that he almost lost his life. According to the medical records that you showed, that's not true. And then she says all this crazy stuff keeps happening to them. Our lives are at risk. Our safety's at risk.
When I say our lives are in danger, people are straight up stalking me. Look at these comments they just left. It's gonna be a long night in the back seat of your Jeep in your mom's driveway, deleting comments. Yeah, you're right. I'm in the back seat of my Jeep in my mom's driveway, blocking hate comments. But where are you? Because I'm getting the fuck out of here now. You're scaring me. These people who are after us are no joke. That's why we are moving as quickly to safety as possible. It felt incredible when we went to the city today, looking for safe neighborhoods in a safe school district, looking at apartments. I took my kids somewhere to eat. It felt amazing being somewhere where I'm not in this small town where a whole bunch of people are just gonna start screaming at me if I'm in the general public, where if I'm out with my son, they're not gonna start screaming at him and attack him and try to rob him in the general public. I don't know who's watching me. It's really creepy that you knew exactly where I am, especially when I've never posted my mom's house here before. I've never posted her street. This is the danger we're in, and this is why we are moving as quickly as we possibly can. Thank you for all of you who are supporting our move. The GoFundMe link is in my bio. As for that person who I screenshot their comments, yeah, no, I'd block them. This is why I can't wait to just move.
She's the one putting them all at risk, and it seems like that has been the case for years now. She also compared this situation now to Sandy Hook.
Click the pink circle, I'm live. My son's assault, my 14-year-old son's assault, has become a Sandy Hook conspiracy theory. It's sad the world we live in right now does not provide victims with justice, and that individuals would rather trivialize someone's trauma and harm than support their recovery and healing.
She also was saying that her daughter got attacked, and it's very clear from the videos and how people react to her that they're just over her shit and they don't want to deal with anything like this. She's a Karen is really like what she seems like. And this is one of my absolute favorite things. She somehow thinks that the Jehovah's Witnesses with their long skirts are in on it.
It's no coincidence the boy left at 10:36 a.m. 9 minutes later, the police left at 10:45 a.m. That 9 minutes after police left, the Jehovah's Witness van arrives at 10:54 a.m. That's no coincidence.
April 19th, a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses came to my house. Something felt wrong, and I got really scared. Some thought it was a prank. I questioned what if they're fake. But now I'm starting to connect all of the dots. Today I learned this was, in fact, a van that belonged to Jehovah's Witnesses. This picture was taken April 19th, 2024 at
And check it out. This was today, May 3rd, 2024. Same plate, same van. And my mom even confirmed it. She knows that married couple of Jehovah's Witnesses. She's friends with them. So they are, in fact, Jehovah's Witnesses. Here's my hypothesis, and it's scary. Someone is using those Jehovah's Witnesses as pawns to get me to open my door. And I'll tell you why. Look at the dates. The Jehovah's Witnesses first came to my house April 19th. I did not answer the door. My son was assaulted on May 2nd. And then today, exactly 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, so this was Friday, April 19th, and today's Friday, May 3rd. The day after my son is assaulted, the Jehovah's Witnesses come to my house again. That's not a coincidence. Someone wants my door to open. And if the Jehovah's Witnesses are unaware of this, their lives could also be put at risk. Criminals are sneaky. That's why you always have to think outside of the box and be 10 steps ahead of them. Never open the door. Today my son said he's learned one thing from all this: don't give people chances, and that's why. Now, a lot of you could say maybe it was another prank. I disagree. Someone wanted our door to open, and whoever it is was using those Jehovah's Witnesses as a pawn. I wish the police or the Jehovah's Witnesses could trace who put that request in for them to knock on my door, because those Jehovah's Witnesses could have put their lives at risk without even realizing it. Someone wanted my door to open.
Ma'am, they're just trying to tell you that doomsday is coming and that you need to love Jesus in your denim skirt. But she literally posted in, like, saying that she thinks the Jehovah's Witnesses are in on it and, like, they're trying to get me to open my door. No, Adrielle. What, the gang of 12-year-olds or 14-year-olds has now recruited the Jehovah's Witness, and the Jehovah's Witnesses are in on it? Like, what are you talking about? So again, I just think that she's trying to make it seem crazier and crazier and crazier. Like again, there's hired assassins, so that she can continue to try to get people to donate to the GoFundMe. And it sounds mean, but I'm happy that the GoFundMe is not doing well, because it seems like people clearly see that she's crazy. So I'm sure that Adrielle is going to continue to tell us that the CIA operatives are after her just so that she can try to get more money. And I personally think that she's going to continue to put her family's information out there, because apparently she just can't help it. And my husband's vacuuming. Sorry. So the point of this video is to tell you not to give money to this person, to call her out if you can. And for the love of God, please stop making these people famous on TikTok. I would really appreciate it. Also, some people have said, like, why is she this crazy? I personally think she's on drugs, but there have just been certain, like, mannerisms and stuff. Like, I personally think she's, like, on pills or something that she's done. I've been around people like that. So is my husband. So, like, he's not on drugs. Neither am I. But we've been around people like that and have a lot of experience with that and can pick up on those things. Also, those nails. No, girl. Those are crackhead nails. Okay? Those are crackhead nails. Yeah, so this person's disgusting. Let's go ahead and leave it with apparently her cousin who's been calling her out on TikTok and Instagram. Taste of Chaos. I really do appreciate her lending her voice to this and calling out her cousin, who has already blocked her, which I love that for her.
Yes, we had one of Adrielle's son's victim's sister on yesterday, okay? She came on. She explained to us how she was at a sleepover. She's 13, and Adrielle's son inappropriately touched her. Police have already been called. It's being investigated, and that is why Adrielle's trying so hard to get the fuck out of town, okay? That's the real reason. We've already found the unedited version of the video, okay? She cut out about 2 minutes. Her son was not lured there. Her son threw the first punch, which honestly doesn't fucking matter. He wasn't lured there. It was a scheduled fight, which has been confirmed by the principal and the school liaison officer, okay? And the reason why he's being confronted by these boys is because they're brothers. They're big brothers who are disgusted and furious that their little sisters were sexually assaulted by Adrielle's son. Adrielle, if your son's ear was literally hanging off of his head, nearly detached, you'd be the first one to post it, okay? Don't play with me. I'm not a fucking idiot. And fortunately, a lot of the other people aren't stupid too, okay? You would be the first one to post it. You'd be blasting it all over. You would have already made 55 fucking videos about it. So, try again. You're a fucking liar. That very first video you even posted, you contradicted yourself 3 different times. You might want to take that down, okay? Before that gets dissected a little more, you contradicted yourself 3 different times in that video. His shirt supposedly was ripped so badly that it was just shreds of a shirt, barely even a shirt by the end. You posted the photo yourself, Adrielle. He had a stretch collar. Okay?
So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This person's disgusting and I hate it. And I'm really sorry that I made you watch so much of her content. She's absolutely the worst. So please be aware of GoFundMe scams. Please don't put your kids on the internet that much and like their stuff on the internet, you know? Don't do that. That's embarrassing for them. And don't act like this on the internet because that's very embarrassing and I hate it. Okay, thanks. Bye.